up and running here. Sanford Stadium, another big night for the Bulldogs. Easy there, pal. Get that inner ear condition looked at. Convincing win, no doubt about that. Obviously, I think I saw second most yards, most total yardage in Georgia history, second of all time. So that's pretty impressive. I think they were only about 11 yards short of the record. They
never punted.
They didn't. That's true. They did not.
I mean, Jake Camarda's, that game-worn jersey. You would need proof. He hit the field for warm-ups.
Yeah, he held too.
Oh, okay. So okay, it is.
He earned his keep a little bit.
There you go. You do get those game-worn jerseys that with some garbage, So I'm just kind of annoyed that they didn't give the players come in. You're 41-point favorites, and you win by 39, and it's still.
Well, they are silly. Yeah, it was ridiculous. And, it was like I said in the prediction piece the other day, you never really know how these things are going to go with lines that big. Yeah. If you get up that large, are they going to continue to keep pressing the gas? That's tough. I mean, it sucks to watch. I mean, it's not fun. Now, what didn't suck to watch was Justin Fields.
Yes.
He was pretty good today.
So that's my point is, it's not a competitive game. You know it's not going to be a competitive game. Everybody knows it's not going to be a competitive game, so you might as well just have G-Day. Yeah. But at the same time, it's Georgia football versus not Georgia football, which is like, pizza. Bad pizza is better than no pizza.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah, you'll
That's
take
true.
it,
That's true.
And you're going to watch the kids you've seen. I mean, seeing like Owen Condon out there, guys coming off an ACL.
Shout out Willie Erdman, Lofton
Erdman,
Tidwell.
Yeah,
I mean, so Ian McDonald, what is it, I don't know, Ian McDonald something. 33, man.
Warren Erickson out there getting you the ball, So you love seeing stuff like that. And but I think that, to your point, this was a showcase for Justin Fields and what he could do. And this is not a shot against Jake Fromm. Jake Fromm's, 5 of 5?
Yep,
I mean,
5 of 5.
What else can you do? So that's perfect. Hey, Jake, do your job. We got this one. We're going to get him in there. And to see Justin Fields rush for 100 yards, throw for 100 something.
I think the stat I saw on that was
I don't know. We might have it in my freaking hands.
Well, no, I think he's the third UGA quarterback to go for 100 yards since like the 70s.
76.
Yeah, something like that. So an impressive outing for that kid. That throw to Mecole Hardman, probably one of the best I've ever seen. Just uncorked it and put it right in the basket.
Did you hear Mecole? Go to UGASports.com and check out the post-game videos. Mecole's reaction to that throw was hilarious. He says, we talked about, in the week, him being able to throw that pass, and I was kind of jogging, and then he threw it. I'm like, oh, man, he really threw it. And he had to get on his horse and run under it, but
he cranked it.
He did. And the timing on that, the pinpoint accuracy, it looked like a punt. That ball traveled through the air.
Oh, it was perfect.
And, he didn't have to break stride. This is big.
Yes.
This is what you want to do. That is the type of throw that backs off those damn safeties. When you have a game against the Alabamas of the world, against the LSUs, you hit a few like that, those safeties can't come up and cheat. So
Yannick Kazadi says D-Rob should have caught that ball in the end zone over there. I agree.
Gave him
Absolutely.
9 types of hell when it came to the sideline.
Well, and it's that's one of
those. But he deserved it.
It's right. And
we love him. Don't get us wrong, but you got to catch that when it hits you right in the hands. You coming back from what we understand to be a concussion. I don't know if anybody else reported that, but we did. We said that this guy's been out. He wasn't in practice. He wasn't on the sideline. People were freaking out. Where's D-Rob? Okay, we understand he had a pretty bad concussion. He gets back. He gets into the game. He gets a run. They throw him a pass. One on the sideline that I don't know if he dropped that first one. There's another one.
I think he caught one, and he had one, and then dropped the one in the end zone.
The one in the end zone, man. You're here to catch that pass. You don't get your number called a lot but ahead of you got Riley Ridley, you got Mecole Hardman, you got Terry Godwin, you got Tyler Simmons. Whoa.
Yeah.
In other words, you don't. Trey Blunt is sitting over there going, when do I get my chance? That wide receiver room is deep. We're not even talking about Landers and guys like that. Tommy Bush is getting out there. Well, shit. If you get your chance to get the ball, you better freaking catch it.
I like the Twin Towers lineup with Landers and Bush. That was cool. That was fun
ridiculous.
to watch. Somebody says, how about 55 Trey Hill? Hey, you got to love what you've seen. Talk about all the same things we've seen from Cade Mays, now we're seeing it from Trey Hill. Versatility, playing all across the line, a first, like the next guy up mentality for that kid. Stepped in, they don't lose a beat. I mean, obviously, like I said, it's UMass, but I don't have any doubts that he can do that anywhere.
You don't know if he could do that against LSU, but in a game that he's supposed to be able to do it, he did.
Oh, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
We were trying to gauge what he could do. And,
Matt Strickland says, James Cook, cue the Antonio Banderas gif. that move that he laid to kind of weave in and out and bob there, that was really sick. That was nice.
You know, we talk a lot about the speed that DeAndre Swift has. James Cook has it in spades. I mean, the guy
absolutely.
He can tear it off, game speed, and just elusive.
Yep.
You know, well, he is Isabella.
He is. Yeah, sure.
You know, we're watching Isabella. That kid needs to get invited to the Heisman race. That Isabella for UMass is a fantastic wide receiver. When Coach Donnan brought him up a couple weeks ago, I'm like, really? You're telling me about a UMass wide receiver? And then I started looking into him. I'm like, holy crap.
What was it? 219?
219 yards?
219 on the day. And given,
2 touchdowns.
I mean, given Baker was out of there early, and but I mean, still, that's impressive no matter how you slice it up. That kid proved that he could hang with these dudes,
yes,
and that's really important. That was really cool.
He can absolutely fly. I know this though. Eric Stokes had a good play on him though.
Absolutely. Love me some Eric Stokes. Love Eric Stokes. Was very excited for him to get the start today, and then also to make the play that he did. I told you on the sideline when we were talking about it. That's the thing that Tyson Campbell has not been doing. He turned around and it was all ball. Tyson's been on his guy. It's been very much in his face. Stokes played it perfectly. Very, very impressive.
And again, it's very coachable. You got to love a guy who. We had him as a 3-star. He had not played a whole lot in that position. We saw him in G-Day. He was terrible.
Yeah, he was god awful. I said that I thought he was going to be processed. I thought he would be kicked off, or I thought they'd try to run him away. I bet they're glad they didn't now though, because
but it's just coachable. And every time you talk about him to Kirby Smart said that's a kid who's one of the smartest kids on the team. He's in the film room. He understands everything you do, and you tell him once, and he learns it. And he implements it.
Absolutely.
Being coachable, very highly underrated skill.
Absolutely.
Coaches love it, but in the media, we don't talk about it.
Sure.
Sure. In the NFL, though, they do, because I've actually had scouts turn to me and go, well, is he coachable? And I'm like, why are you asking me? I'm a reporter, but that's because, anyway, shout out to him. Trey Hill getting his start. I thought that was big. And again, you're doing it against UMass. It's not that impressive, but in a game that should be a blowout, you did your job. So now, how will they look against Georgia Tech? How will they look against Alabama? The big tests are coming.
UMass QB played really hard. He got hit, but got up and still found Isabella. That kid was getting rocked on a couple of those.
He actually left in the fourth quarter. He went into the locker room.
Yeah,
so,
a lot of people said they didn't see Bush either. He was in the late fourth quarter, kind of that they were driving down. They weren't throwing the ball at that point.
They brought in everybody in the end.
Yeah.
Except on defense.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, I was looking for Devod Wilson. My prediction.
Yeah, good prediction. Dumbass.
the one prediction I make. Now I was right. I was correct with Trey Hill.
Yeah.
So 1 for 1.
I thought, God, who was it?
Yes, Fields did get rocked a couple times too.
Yeah, he did.
His touchdown pass. That first one. The photo. If you go to UGASports.com, check out the photo gallery. There is a photo of that kid's face mask in Justin Fields' chest. He stood in the pocket, took the shot, threaded the needle, threw a touchdown pass to Riley Ridley, and that was one of the first times that Georgia got in that goal-to-go situation, and he fixed it.
Tram Dickerson says, saw Sawyer mauling. Kirby Smart commented on his performance after the game, said that's a guy who's really turned a corner over the last couple of weeks and is finding out that he's a real, real good player. Said the same thing about Adam Anderson as well, and he said, this is a kid that the light's starting to come on, and he's realizing I can be a pretty damn good player.
Adam had 2 tackles in traffic. Now, and I know that sounds kind of weird, but when you think about an outside linebacker, sometimes when they zoom around the outside, go around the horn as they call it or whatever, the bend you talk about, sometimes they get there, I don't want to say unimpeded, but they get there. He's a speed rush,
Yep.
But no, he actually wove through some guys, and to see a guy with that side-to-side lateral movement get to a guy in traffic, that is the type of stuff you saw Lorenzo Carter doing. You saw Jarvis Jones doing stuff like that. That's impressive.
Kid says, did William Poole play? He did.
Yes.
He came in for Tyreek McGee, I believe, when he was injured. So he did get some snaps in there.
Actually had a tackle.
Somebody said Reese almost took a dude's head off. He straight up speared a guy like Bill Goldberg. I mean, that was a brutal hit.
I have the photograph. His arm is behind the guy's thigh. His shoulder is in his stomach. I mean, if you have to draw up textbook how to tackle a guy, that's what Reese did. And there was a photographer next to me down here on the field that doesn't come to a lot of games. He's like, "Who's 17?" I'm like, "He hits." Yeah, he does.
I like that spin move into the zone, into the end zone from Fields, and Harriet short yardage play, solving our red zone problems. Hey, like I said, that was something. If you were concerned about it coming into this
my main
week, my man. If you were concerned about it though coming into this week, you've got to still be, like I said, you've got to
should be concerned. It was like UMass,
but you have to be somewhat encouraged that Georgia's not beating their head against the wall, doing the same thing over and over and over.
Good point.
It's fresh
because it was mental.
Groups.
I mean, when you have that many problems in goal-to-go situations, it becomes a mental block, and they break out of that.
Eric Enrio says, how many total yards? 700, was it?
701.
701 on the day. 701. David Gaudry, good question. What was wrong with Monty Rice? Kirby Smart addressed that in the post-game press conference. Said that they just came out to warm up. He was planting and driving, and said he just planted once and kind of came up weird on it, and it's a foot issue.
Yeah.
So he said, it was a situation where they had to do some x-rays, inconclusive right now. That'd be a big loss going into next week, though, and against that Georgia Tech offense.
That's a nightmare. That's right now. That's your number one concern coming out of this game is the health of Monty Rice. We reported halfway through the game. I went down and asked some people on the sideline, being down here. I said, "What happened?" And they said they got hurt during warm-ups, and I had to come. Warm-ups? How do you get hurt during warm-ups? Yeah. That never happens.
Yep.
But something's like a touchdown celebration. Yeah, hey. But so I was a little hesitant to report it, but we did about halfway through the game. We're like, yeah, it's warm-ups, and I kept hoping. I was kind of hoping Kirby would come out and say, no, that's not what happened. I was hoping we'd be wrong and there was something else.
Chad Dewberry says, who will start besides Otis Reese at safety next year? I think Richard LeCount's probably got that pretty well locked up.
Yeah, what they're doing right now, they're bringing Richard in against the teams that pass a lot, the smaller personnel groupings. They're bringing Otis in for the bigger personnel groupings. Well, you put them side by side.
DSGB 27 says Tech is going to be trouble for our linebackers. I do think that's a big concern. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I will say big shout out to Tate Crowder. Huge for him to get that interception today. Was really impressed with that for him. I know it had to feel good for a guy who used to play on the offensive side of the ball. Kirby Smart took a little shot at him afterward, said he didn't break many tackles after he made the interception, so that's how he ended up on defense.
Damn.
Yeah, what a savage. That was seemed unnecessary.
He said that for real?
He did.
Well, I guess if you go to UGASports.com, you can watch the video.
Yeah, well, you're already on our YouTube page, so
that's right,
find it here too.
It comes on
but Tate was impressive all year. I think you've got to really like what you've seen out of him. He has really turned a corner, I think, become a very valuable asset at a position that, frankly, you needed it. With Nate Fitzpatrick kind of dropping off.
But he still misses. And here's the thing. I wrote about him and talked about the fact that he might start, I think that might have been my prediction like 4 weeks ago, because we were hearing all this in practice, and he was doing well. And sure enough, he gets in the game, and the first thing he does is he breaks in the backfield for a tackle for loss, and he misses a tackle, and it's an 8-yard gain. It's like when Tate tackles, I mean, he's there all the time. He gets through the traffic. He's tough to block. He's just missing tackles high.
Yeah.
But when he does make his tackles, they're lights out. And you needed a guy who could drop into coverage, and Tate can do that.
Yeah, no doubt. He's a very fluid athlete. Yeah. I'm surprised with how well he's transitioned over there, though. And looks natural. Looks natural. Good for him. Let's see. Tram practice is about to get rough for the defense. You got to think that those second, third string DBs might get a little hammered this week. Isabella got on them. Let's see. Reason for Hot Rod not getting his normal touchbacks earlier. Was it windy? Not really. No. He just, it's just one of those things. Nate Fitzpatrick knew how to tackle as a freshman and sophomore. When did he forget?
Honestly, he has regressed.
He has. And it blows my mind, to be honest with you, because I thought that was a guy coming out of high school, limitless potential. And in those early years, it seemed like that.
It's a junior slump.
Yeah. Yeah.
You heard sophomore slump. This is a junior slump. He'll get it back. I think some of his off-season stuff.
Wait, no, he's a senior.
Is he a senior?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's bad. How do you forget as a senior? That's supposed to be your swan song.
Yeah.
But he struggled this year.
He has. He really has.
He made a couple good hits today. But again, as you need to be doing that against the LSUs if you want to make it to the league, and that's a guy that we thought would be in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see.
Nature is, he does look slower. I don't know what it is.
Let's see.
He has, they said that he was doing everything to work really hard, you know. He was doing everything that was asked of him. I just don't know what happened.
Do we just get a taste of the future or what? Go Dogs. Yeah, it was a big taste of the future, I think. That was courtesy of Kid. Greetings from Russia. All right.
Hey!
Nice.
State of our elections.
Yeah, I think you got a big dose of the youth on this team. You know, Channing Tindall was out there looking great. What did you
I saw
said?
Quay Walker and Leah
Yeah,
Lick,
yeah,
you know, you
absolutely.
saw Justin Fields go batshit crazy.
Who was it you compared Channing to? You said out there looking with the pads on.
Oh, the kid with the neck, the guy.
Oh, the neck guy. Yeah, the neck guy from the internet this week.
Yeah, the head, the mug shot with the guy with the giant neck. That's what Channing Tindall looked up there with the way his shoulder pads were.
He's got that Takeo Spikes kind of thing going on.
Well, it's just his shoulders are hunched up and he's going to kill somebody. But Quay Walker had a great rundown. I thought was very impressive. You know. But yeah, Fields was.
Fields playing Madden out there. Somebody said he hit the B button on that spin move. That's no doubt, man.
Well, what's the button you use to throw a 47-yard bomb? And then he ran for 47
yards.
yards.
I don't know what button you press to do that.
But now remember, his teammates gave him 9 kinds of hell because he got tackled right before he got into the end zone in the fourth quarter.
Oh, it was hilarious.
So yeah,
Miko, I think
Miko called him out.
He was like, he's always talking about how fast he is.
Yeah.
So.
And here's the thing, he is fast, and so I'm sure he was a little surprised there. But there were a couple guys that came up short because you pointed out that on Isaac Nauta's catch, and Isaac gets tackled at like the 2-yard line, and he looks down, and he's like,
yeah,
he was so pissed.
Yeah, he absolutely did. That kid was quick. The kid that tracked him down on that was really good.
Yeah.
Tyler Simmons may be just as fast as Miko. I'd love to see him race, and he definitely is. He's definitely got a very legit argument.
I've probably killed our people with this story, said it 1,000 times, but when he ran the third leg of the 4x100 track meet, I was on the infield with Kirby Smart. Kirby was at Alabama, and he and Mike Bobo watched him run that third leg, and Kirby took off like a shot. In his like gator shoes or whatever he was wearing. You know, 'cause I was talking about it. He has some really nice shoes, and he was over there just to beat. I don't know if he could talk to him because I don't think they can, but he was in the vicinity of where Tyler Simmons was. And remember, Kirby, and I actually, if you watch the video, post-game video, we talked to Tyler Simmons. I asked him about, look, you were an Alabama commit up until the very end. And it was like the night before the dead period. Mm-hmm. All the coaches showed up at his house. Yeah. They brought a bulldog. It was periscoped, They flew through traffic to get to his house in time before the
dead period.
Before the dead period. Yeah. And they went all out to get Tyler Simmons, and people hadn't really thought about him a whole lot. But that's why they went crazy for him.
Absolutely.
So, hey, and I asked him, did you think you were going to have that big a day? He's like, no. He's the most self-effacing kid.
Chad Dewberry says, Tyndall played excellent today. You knew it.
Delete your account. That's funny. I hate puns, but God,
I like this one too from Tram Dickerson. Nada did that on purpose to practice the red zone offense. They could have used it. They could definitely use the help. So,
and Georgia got down into that red zone and were able to punch a few of them in. So
it's UMass.
I know, but
you got to get it done, and you got to think too. And I've talked about this. I talked about this on the radio with a few people this week. I think at some point getting the monkey off your back was big for them.
Yeah.
So it was in their head. I think that they were convinced. Not convinced that they couldn't do it, but it had to be a situation where you were like, God, are you kidding?
Well, think about it. They got down to the goal line, and all of a sudden you had a procedure penalty.
Yeah.
And you back 5 yards. So, well, actually, I think it was twice because I think you got tackled. And then you had that one, if I'm not mistaken. And so all of a sudden, you've gone 2 plays, you've gone backwards twice. You're like, what the hell? Which, the deja vu feeling, you're like, here we go again. And then all of a sudden, a guy misses his block. But no, they punched him in, so I was quite impressed.
Let's see. Don't forget that these games bring confidence, especially for the goal line offense. Now they know they can score. I agree. All right.
I also want to bring up something else, though. When you have a game like this and you put in your second string and your third string guys and they get their asses burned.
Yeah.
Or they miss a tackle, they got some game film, and there's not a second stringer, a third stringer, a fourth stringer, or walk-on who doesn't believe, man, if I could get out there, I could do it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, no, man, I can't believe he missed that pass, or he missed that catch, or he missed that tackle. They put my ass in there. Well, I would do it. Yeah. When you can't do it against UMass, or you miss one. So, but to his point, that does build a lot of confidence, but it also, when the coaches say, look, son, you want to know why you're not playing? You got burned by UMass.
Let's turn the film on.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's all it's going to be.
And it shows the kid, where you are, what you need to work on. If you're an Eric Stokes of the world, you're like, I got to turn my hips faster. I got to get off this block faster. I got to make this block better, And those, a lot of guys, I'm loving this 4-game rule for redshirting. A lot of guys getting out there, getting a taste, and they're still getting a red shirt, so they'll get to use that year.
Somebody, Go Dogs 360 says, I think we know who's redshirting now. You got a good idea. If you didn't make it in the game today, you probably getting a red shirt this year, pal. Can you wear Bama down? No. Too deep. They're too deep.
Citadel almost did. No,
they didn't. Let's give out some game balls. Ready? Who
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. I think he definitely deserves one. Absolutely. I can't believe it's been this late in the season that he's getting his first one from us, but definitely have
we
to.
We may have given him one earlier.
I don't know when we would have. He hadn't put it together anything like that.
No, nothing like that. He came in to a couple.
I'm going to give mine to Eric Stokes. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of his story. Love the kid.
It's my story. It's from my hometown.
I love the play he made out there. Like I said, that was picture perfect technique on that.
Yeah.
Very, very impressed with Eric Stokes. And I think with some of the issues that Tyson's having, being a freshman, kind of still getting his sea legs under him. I think people forget how young he is. He's played a lot. Don't get it wrong, but having a guy like that to be able to provide some relief when a kid like that starts to struggle a little bit, huge plus.
Well, not only that, I mean, you're going to need cornerbacks.
Absolutely.
You need those speed guys. That's tough. Next ball will go to Tyler Simmons, career day. And
he just took that ball and ran 70 yards fast as hell.
Remember, he is a track guy, so he can fly. When you get a chance to go through our photo gallery, look at his second touchdown. He comes across the goal line and is just screaming. He's just so happy, you love that.
David Gaudry points out a good one. We've never done this, but I think it's well deserved. Game ball to Andy Isabella.
Yeah,
the kid deserved it, man. He definitely.
A bunch of Georgia players went up and talked to him.
Yeah.
They're like, hey man, you got us. You were legit. Hey, game recognizes game.
Game recognizes.
So yeah, they gave him one. He was lights out. And I have to give one to Trey Hill for coming in to start.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Big for him. I'm going to give one more, I think, as I mentioned, Tay Crowder. Good for him to get that. Good for him to get the pick playing well there. Jake Camarda game ball. Get real.
He didn't get to touch one a whole lot.
He's fresh. That's he probably didn't have to shower tonight. Jake Fromm said he was going to shower. I don't know why. He wasn't out there that long.
5-5.
Jeff Dyer, you going to give Cook one? Yeah, he probably deserves one tonight too. That was a great
He'll just
run.
steal one from somebody else and run off with it. You won't catch him.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here. Maybe we can go get some dinner, see our families. Who knows? But make sure to get over to UGAsports.com. We've got all the post-game coverage you need. We got you covered on all that. We do have a recruit gallery up. It wasn't a huge day for that, but there were still some names that you might need to know over there. Let's see. We got all the videos right here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our page while you're here, too.
We don't ask much.
And then they pop right up. You guys do a great job. Thank you, Yannick. Jeff Dyer says, Rowdy, enjoy your Thanksgiving pie. I'm sure. This man, he's like 40% pie. Anyway, for Rowdy Nabulsi, I'm Jake Roos. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We'll see you. I won't be there on Tuesday. I got a little engagement that I'm taking part in. But trust me, it'll be good. It'll be a good one.
Man.
It'll be a good one. So UGA Sports Live with Roddy and Donna on Tuesday. So tune in for that.
Yes, and click like. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, click like also. All right, appreciate it, guys.